Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my video. If you're new here, my name is Benhilda. In today's video, I'm just going to show you how I do my simple everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoy. I use a mattifying primer because I have oily skin. And then I go in with the LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade orange for my dark under eye. And blend, blend, blend. Throughout this entire process, blending is the absolute key to make sure that the products really blend into the skin properly and blend into each other as well. I blend the product over my eyelids as well and use that as a base for my eyeshadow to sit on. I don't use a separate eyeshadow primer anymore. And then for my foundation, I'm using the Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation in the color 200 Cocoa. And I blend that in together with the Ordinary Moisturizing Factor because I like a thin base. I don't like a full coverage face. I then apply that onto my face with my fingers and then blend, blend, blend. So I've just decided to just talk through as I am doing my makeup, as opposed to then doing a voiceover later. Only because I figure this will actually save me time. So when it comes to editing, I don't have to do anything. So I guess that's a tip for me going forwards. Just not make a work for myself. So I use any foundation that I do use, I always like to dilute it, if you like, with my regular moisturizer, just to thin it out, because I like a very light beat. I don't like too much product on my skin, and once I've put my makeup on, I am done. I don't go topping up with anything after. So I'm gonna do, I want this to be really simple. So let me find a palette that's gonna help me. Let's use this. So this is the Revolution Salvation palette. This is old. This is a really old palette. This one is called What You Waiting For. I've had this for time. You guys, but if it works. So I'm gonna use this for as much of my face as I can. So as you can see, it's a really neutral palette. Do I need to block the light, or let me do it that way? Hopefully you can see it without it blocking you. I'll try and put a picture up on the screen if I can still find the palette. So I'll use an angle brush to fill in my brows. I think my brows actually take the longest. It's really weird because I'm actually struggling to talk right now as I'm doing my brows, because that's how much concentration I need when I'm doing them. It took me a while to actually accept that my brows are cousins at the best of times. And all this while I've been forcing them to be twins. In the perfect world, right? There's the neighbors, if you can hear them. This is what I've discovered since I've started filming. This side of the house, on any level, upstairs, downstairs, on the level where I'm at, for as long as it's on this side, there's a lot more going on as opposed to when I'm on the opposite side. There's barely any noise. So I tend to end up filming on that side that's quieter, but then the lighting on this side is much better downstairs. Up here, not so much. Downstairs, it's much better than on the opposite side. But sometimes just because it's quieter, I prefer... This is actually going to slow me down, having to think and talk at the same time. But let's see how we do. So I don't use concealer. I just use the same foundation to clean up my brows. And I usually only ever clean the bottom. Well, you do need to concentrate when I'm doing this. I love this brow compared to this one. This one I feel is so much easier for me to do. This one, I think like my brow bone is a bit awkward. And that is pretty much what I do. And then I just use my beauty blender to clean down the middle and just blend under the brow. And there we go. That's my brows done. So straight onto my eyes. Do I need a little bit of colour? I might just go in with a little blush. And this is a Slick blush by 3 in the shade Flame. And I am using the Bonfire one, the one in the middle. That one there. So I'm no makeup artist. So the names of all of these areas on my eye, I do not know them, but you can see where I'm applying the brush and the product. And then I move on to a detailer brush, like that one, like a pointy one. And I'm gonna go with the black. I know it might seem a bit harsh, but I only use a small amount and then blend, blend, blend. I close my eyes sometimes when I'm blending in my crease, but I don't know how I'm able to keep my brush in place. I guess it just comes with practice, I guess. This is my dodgy eyelid. I feel like this one is easier for me to do. This one is a bit problematic because I find that in my crease, my shadow sometimes is a bit patchy. So it's definitely not an issue with the product because it's fine on the other eye. But on this side, right there, I don't know if you can see that, but right there. So I just try and blend as much as I can to just make it look seamless. And then I move on with a shader brush. We're just gonna go neutral. This is an e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush. I have tons of these. I've had these ones for time. I've had them for such a long time. So I'm just gonna go, I like a little shimmer on the eye. And this is a kind of like a really soft champagne gold. That is pretty neutral, and that will go with any lippy, any outfits, any colors that I choose to put on. It does have kind of like hints of like a blush pink, ever so slightly. I just like the shimmer of it. It just kind of makes my eyes pop. I guess the trick is in a seamless blend. So I blend my sins away. And then I go back with my detailer brush, go back in the crease to redefine. So you can see a nice blend between the shimmer shade and the depth in the crease. And then I go back with the fluffier brush to just blend out the edges really nicely, so we don't have any harsh lines. Because I don't know yet what outfits I'm gonna have or what colors I'm gonna go for with my outfits for the day, should I choose to. If I'd known, I would have gone a little brighter on this part, so you can kind of like see a hint of either a pink or an orange or whatever color I fancy. But we're just gonna keep it neutral so we can play with whatever. There we go, that's that. And then I just go back with my beauty blender and just clean the corners there, wipe down any shadow. I just dust off my so I have a wipe on my lap just to wipe down my brushes as I go. So it helps me to keep them somewhat clean, because then I can use them for a couple of days before I need to throw them away and get new brushes. And then I use the this one is the Collection Extreme Color 24-hour felt tip liner. I have tried using liquid liners, completely failed, and this is how I do my itsy bitsy wing. You guys, just in case anyone is wondering, you'll hardly ever see me with falsies, with false nails, and that's only because they don't agree with me at all. Every time I get them done, I usually get them done round about my birthday, and every time I keep telling myself I'm never doing that again. I've tried the typical traditional acrylic, the gels. I have tried shellac. I have tried in the last year or two, I have been getting, what is it called, which is supposed to be softer, much healthier for your nails, but they all still damage my nail bed. Whenever I come to take them out, my nails are really damaged, brittle, they break, and they are quite sensitive and quite sore initially, and it takes them quite a few months actually to recover. So I've just decided, I'm hoping for the last time that I'm not getting them done again, but we'll see. And I just don't bother with like polishes and stuff, because it just doesn't last, and there is nothing so not so cute about chipped nail polish. I can't be bothered with that. Right, so I've done that, so I move on to mascara. I always wear a blue liner in my waterline. This one is the Revolution in the color blue, that shade of blue, that shade of blue. Really nice and bright. And I try not to touch my face anymore once I've got product on, just to keep the product in place. But also in general, I just don't like touching my face, just so I don't transfer any bacteria or dirt or anything like that. So that's that. And then for mascara, I always use the Essence Lush Princess line. That seems to work well for me. This is one makeup product that I don't get, that I do not understand at all, that I do not like even. It just makes my eyes feel a bit funny. I mean, it's pretty when it's on, especially when you've got a full face on. It only makes sense to have mascara on, especially because I don't wear falsies. So I do the best that I can to apply as little product as I can. And then I only wear mascara on my top lashes. I never wear my bottom lashes. I just think it's excessive for me. So that's why I don't wear black eyeliner in my waterline. I wear a color, and I've been wearing blue for like forever. That is a color of choice for me, and it really goes with all my eye looks, or maybe I've just convinced myself. So whenever I get like little smudges of mascara, I just go over with a fluffy brush and just blend them away. That's that. And then moving on, for my face now, I use the Nicka K makeup, their pressed powder in the shade Cocoa, and I use that to do my contour. I've already hit pan, you guys. I'm actually wanting to do a makeup challenge, hit pan or use up, for 2025. So this is my first one. You've seen it on camera. So I use that brush to contour my nose. I find this is a hit and miss for me every time. I used to go in with concealer right on the center, on the bridge of my nose, but I don't do that anymore because I like to keep things simple. So here we go. So I do that in, what brush is this? This brush is from Primark. So I do that, and then I go in with an e.l.f. Angled brush. e.l.f. Angled blush brush. So that looks like so, with the angle, and then I just use the corner to chisel my cheeks. And then I blend down my nose as well, so I don't have any harsh lines. And then moving on, I'm just going to use the same palette for my blush. I try and use as little as I can, just so it's not too much. What do I have on my, what did I get on there? There we go. Yeah, so I try not to put too much product on my cheeks, just in case I it doesn't clash with whatever lip I am wearing. I think I'm just gonna safely, well, since I've got a green cardigan on, well, let's see after. That eyeshadow, I think I've actually gone with a little pinky one, not a champagne color, because it's starting to look a bit pinky purple. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so I would need to be quite subtle. And I just go over with my beauty blender just to pick up any excess product. And then for my highlighter, I use the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush Palette in golden sugar. And it looks like so. And I guess you can see I am filming blind here, you guys, so I'm not actually sure if I'm blinding you or not. So there we go. So I mean, you can clearly see my absolute favorite one. And then I use this one sometimes if I'm going for a little bit of a lighter look or a more bolder out there look. But this is for the everyday. It still pops. So I go in with, so all my makeup brushes were dirty. I washed them the other day, and this is what I would normally use for my highlighter. That's my normal highlighter brush. But I am going with this one. That's one I've been using. This is the mineral powder brush from e.l.f. And I just go at the top of my cheeks. I try to be really light-handed with this because there's nothing more frustrating and annoying than having to blend your highlighter when you've overdone it. And then down the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose there. I never go into my brow line with the highlighter because I don't find it flattering on me. So that is that. And then for my powders, I am working on finishing up this powder. This is the L'Oreal True Match, the Super Blendable Perfecting Powder. I'm in the shade 9N, which is Dip Neutral. So I just want to use it up and get it out of my collection. I actually do quite enjoy it. So should I ever run out of setting powders altogether, it would definitely be a repurchase for me. So again, not a lot of product, just enough to blend everything together. I don't like anything too defined. I just like a simple, everyday look, nothing too heavy. I still want to look like me underneath the makeup. And I never touch up. Once I have done this, I am done. No touching up, so I don't add any additional product with powder or anything. I just use a blotting tissue to just blot away any excess oils because I have an oily T-zone. So throughout the day, should I need to, that's all I do. And I find that's probably why my makeup still looks pretty fresh after a long time. And then for my lippy, I think I am gonna go matte red, Crushed Rubies by Revlon, the super lustrous line. They have these in the new packaging. I mean, these have been out for time, so it's nothing new. That's the color 017. And that's what it looks like. It's kind of like a deep red, which I am not mad about. And I do love matte colors as well because they stay on my lips for longer. I do not line my lips anymore. I just go straight in with the color that I choose and just blend it in. And I like to dab because I find when I dab, it really sinks into the skin, so it lasts longer as opposed to like when I rub. But also I don't like it I don't like too much product, so this way I can control the color payoff, but also making sure that I put as little product as I can to get the color that I desire. Also, I think I have full lips, so my lips are already standing out. I don't think I need to make them stand out even more. And then I go in with a lip brush. This is a Primark brush. And I just go in to neaten the edges. I like to get that V and shape that perfectly, because I think it really helps to bring out the shape of my lips. And to make sure that I don't get any lipstick on my teeth, I'm just cleaning up my brush. I will, just for any excess lipstick, that's it, you guys. There you go. I love this lip color. It's so simple. That was pretty quick, but that's it, you guys. Simple makeup products, simple routine, very few minimal steps, and here we are. Quick. I can do this in half an hour or a little bit less, and there we go. And this will last me 24 hours, I bet you. I hope you enjoyed this bit, guys. If there's anything that you want to know products wise, I'm going to try and pop on the screen as much as I can in case you want to use the same products. But if you would like a makeup collection, let me know, and it'll be fun to do one. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Bye. So somebody said using Vapor Rub actually helps your edges to grow, stimulates growth in that area. So I'm going to experiment and see if that's true. Don't laugh at my cornrows, you guys. I did that on my own. My hairdresser was out of town, so I thought, you know what, life has to go on, right? I use a black stocking cap. I know some people use light brown and what have you, but black works for me. I only just need to secure the sides. I like to tuck a little bit of the hair behind my ears. I like to show my ears for some reason. I don't like to hide my ears. Right, so there is the makeup. I've just done my hair. And this is it, you guys. Thanks for watching.